morning, everyone. Glenda Ballard here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you again today. This is the July club card number 2 using the prized Peony bundle, and for this one we're going to use the dies, and I'll show you how to cut them out and assemble them, and then we'll do some sponging on them. So give me half a second to make sure I'm oriented properly. Okay, I am. Now I just have to move this a tiny bit closer. There we go. That's better. Okay, so this bundle, the prized Peony bundle, it consists of the prized Peony stamp set and the Peony dies. Now there's 17 dies in here, and you can get these as a bundle and save 10%. And then we're going to use the new Dainty Diamonds embossing folder and a sentiment from Celebrate Sunflowers. On this one, I use this one, that sentiment, and I'm going to use this one today. Okay. So the Peony dies. Oh my lord. Phenomenal dies. So this is the one I just finished using on a card. Oops, wait, this goes down here. So this cuts a scallop and then embosses, and you'll see that in card number 3. So we need the 4 pieces for the die cuts. So there's some leaves. We're going to use those as well, and I'll show you how to put those together, because there's a solid part and then there's a not solid part. So that's like you can see the 2 different tones on the leaves. It's kind of a lot like the leaves we have for the poppy bundle, but I'm not going to show you that now because we'll work on the flower first. Oh look, I left washi tape on there. That's not good. Let's take it off because I don't want to lose my leaf. So that's a different leaf. These 2 pieces go together. These are just, they will, if you want to stamp and die cut the leaves. And I think we're going to do that on the other card. Okay, so I'm putting my dies over there. These are the 4 pieces you need to make the die cut flower. So they assemble like that. So I'll just get my magnetic platform out here and a piece of cardstock, and we're going to die cut all 4 of these. I hope they all fit on here. There we are. Do a little bit of jigging. Make sure they're all on there. Okay. Oops, that one's not quite. There. Okay, I'm just going to run this through the machine. Making this flower looks so difficult, and holy man does it pack a punch. Alright. And I just love how the dies fall off the paper, or the paper falls out of the dies, whichever you want to call it, because we used to have such a terrible time getting things out of dies. No more. Okay, so let's just put... Do you know when you put your dies on these magnetic sheets, put them with the cutting side up, because that gives them more area to grab onto. Apparently, this is the worst kind of jigsaw puzzle ever, trying to get them back on there. Okay, so now we have our 4 pieces. The big one, that one, this one, and that one. Now you'll see they all have cut marks on them. That's where they all layer together. But we're going to do some sponging first, just to give it a little bit of definition. So I'm just taking a sponge dauber and petal pink ink and just kind of going You don't have to worry about here because that all gets covered up anyways, but I just want to do around, give it a little bit around there like that. There's the first one. Do the same thing with this one. Now you can do around the tops too if you want. I'm choosing not to, but that's okay. You have your card to make, not my card to make. And this one you don't really see much of because this all gets covered up. Well, this one gets covered up too. So let's put it together and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so you take the big one and the second one slips inside that. Cut like that. And then if you flip it over, you can see where they need to line up. Like that. And then you just open it up. Slip the next one in. And then open that one up and slip the last one in. And then you just kind of turn it over and line all the pieces up because all their dipsy doodles line up perfectly, sort of like that. And see, when I get them all together and get them straight, you'll see what I mean. So that lines up there, and this one lines up there, and then this one lines up too, except it's caught. Okay, so anyways, that's the way it is. So I'll get some adhesive on there and then we'll be able to do it a little bit better. I don't know why they put a cut in this one. I don't understand. But that's okay, I don't have to understand. What Stampin' Up! Does is what Stampin' Up! Does. Apparently I'm not putting this together correctly. No, why in the world? What is going on? Okay. Oh, you know what? It's upside down. Turn it around. Ah! Oh my God. What a blonde moment that was, eh? Okay, a little bit of spongy. Oh Lord. Apparently it's way too early in the morning for me. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of tape at the bottom here, like that, so that when I slip this one in, I slip that one in, and pull it down to the bottom. All I have to do is that, and there we are. And that's where you slip the center in. Hello, blonde. Yep, that's my middle name. It's got nothing, blondness has nothing to do with the color of your hair. See, I put the tape on the wrong spot too. But that's okay. I can fix that. Now I have tape for the other one. Because now this one goes in here like that. Turn it around and line it up. Now I have tape showing right there. my scissors and hack that off. There we go. And now I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on here so this stays down. There we go. So there's our flower. And then there's a little slit here, and that's where you slide the center in. So on this one, I've done a white center, but this one I'm going to do a gray center and just show you the difference. You could also do petal pink if you wanted. Now we have to work on it a bit because we have to make those layers stand up. So you just kind of take mini dimensionals, and I put mine on my pokey tool so I can just lift things up and hide a dimensional underneath there. You can use your scissors too, or you can use your fingers if you have the dexterity. My fat fingers tend to get in the way when I try to do stuff like this. So. I am just, all you're doing with these is separating the layers. You could shape this with your bone folder first before you start putting it together. I didn't want that look. I just wanted the layers to be elevated a bit. So I'm not going to elevate that layer because that's where the center is going to go down in there, but I'll elevate this layer. Just makes your flower come alive when you add dimensionals in and make things stick up a bit. Okay, just got 2 more to do. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am about being able to get together again. We won't all be together because I can only do 4 at a time because I want to make sure that there's lots of room for people to move. And please, if you have made a reservation to come and be in my studio with me and you feel sick, please do not come, because as I said, my hubby goes for his surgery 2 days later, so I don't want to jeopardize his chances of having surgery. Oh, I have a piece of dimensional on my finger. Now I'm just going to look and make sure I got it all covered. Yep. Okay, take my dimensional pieces and put them in the garbage before they get everywhere. Okay, so there's our flower. See, it doesn't really take that long to do. It's just a little finicky. All right, so inside we have our card base, a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 Whisper White for the inside, a piece of gray granite 5 1/4 by 4 for the front, a piece of Peony Garden designer paper at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and that's going to go there. This piece we're going to use the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder on, and then it's going to go there. Ooh, shadow. And then the flower is going to go on top. This is to do the leaves, and this is to do the leaves, and then this is the little piece that's cut off at the bottom. When I cut the designer paper, I cut lengthwise at 3 7/8 first, and then when you cut your 5 1/4, you have this piece left over. So I thought, well, I'm not going to throw that away, so we're just going to stick it upside down like that on the bottom and stamp our sentiment on it. Cool, eh? All right, let's get some putting togethering happening here just to get rid of some of these layers. So we'll put, this is gray granite. So it's a warm gray. It's got some brown tones underneath it that warms it up a bit, unlike basic gray, which this is. That's a cold gray, and smoky slate is also a cold gray. This one goes really good with Peony. I'm sure it's called Peony Garden. Let me check. Yep, Peony Garden designer paper. So this is the other side of that. Yeah, I haven't found a sheet of this paper that I don't like. I will definitely be ordering and using more of this. Those of you that were in my designer paper share, of course you got some of each one. Lucky you. Okay, so I'm going to get my Dainty Diamonds embossing folder out and put this in here, and I'm going to make sure that it's straight. I don't want my diamond lines to be sideways. And then I'm going to kind of put it in the middle, like center it in between two patterns. Now this is the new style, so you need the blue embossing plate if you have it. If not, then use the magnetic platform and one of the clear cutting plates. The new stamping cut and emboss machine has an embossing plate for it. That's the same as the blue one. It's just not blue. So you'll be able to order them when the new machine is ready. All right. Come on. It won't come out. There we are. It was gerstucken. Okay, look at that. Look at how, oh, I don't want to glare it. Look at how dainty that is. I love it. Okay. It's going on. And this is champagne foil I'm using here. I think I just dropped my dauber on the floor. Did you hear it go? Better find it before I lose it completely. And then forget that it fell. There it is. Okay, so now this goes on the front, but I need to do a dry run with this first so that I make sure I get it in the right spot. So that's where I'm going to put that. And I want this to be just a tad higher. Now before I push it down completely, I'm just going to use my grid paper and make sure it's relatively straight. Yep. Okay, there we are. Okay, so let's stamp the sentiment. Which way do I want this to go? Up. Oop. You know what? I think this is a bit crooked. Yep. I don't like crooked. We're going to straighten it out. We are going to straighten it out. There we are. That's better. Okay, do I want that side or I want that? I want that side up. Okay, so this time I'm going to use Memento ink. This one I use the basic gray, and I just want to show you the difference in the two. This is much more subtle. This one is going to not be subtle. Well, it's not going to be really black, 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 but it's going to be a little bit less subtle than the basic gray is. There we are. So I'll put that on now. Then I won't lose it. As you know me and losing things. Sometimes it just happens. Okay, so now that's just going to go here. Like that. Okay, now our flower. I'm going to put my flower on, but I'm only putting it on just with adhesive in the middle and towards the top because I want to slide the leaves in there. There, and I'm not pushing it down too much. Okay, need to not lose the bow. So now we'll get magnetic platform out again, and we're going to die cut the leaves. So we need, this is gray, and this is white, this is white. Oops, except they're too long, so turn those little babies around. Oh, I'll be so glad to get the new magnetic platform. Apparently it won't be available right away when the machine is. They're still working on it. And then one of these, and then one of these, and then the center. Oops, did you see that just fly? The center. I'm going to do a gray center on this one. So you'd have to make sure your tops are all the way on. Look, that one's upside down. Hello. Because the bottoms are going to be hidden anyway, so if you cut part of them off, you're fine. All right. Put that through. If you have a hard time getting the cardstock out of these dies, all you have to do is drop the die and they pop right out. I have a hard time getting them off my cutting plate. There we are. Okay, so we'll throw these pieces away because we don't need them anymore. Put the dies away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. Okay, now I have to count the dies. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. Oh dear. Oh, this one. Hello. I always forget to count that one every time. You'd think I would remember. All right, 17 dies. Check. All right, so now we have these white pieces that we have to put adhesive on. Now, oh Lord, help me. If you use adhesive sheets, they would really work well, but of course I didn't. So now I'm having to deal with Tombow blobs. There we are. And I'm just putting little tiny daubs of Tombow on these 3. Like that. And then we'll let that dry. Too tacky. Not tacky, too tacky. Okay, I'm missing one of my die cuts. Where's the other leaf? Really? I'm missing one of the leaves. See what happens? It ended up in the garbage. There we are. All right, so now I'm going to use some Winkie on the flower center. Before I put it in, because it's just easier to do it now rather than after it goes in. There we are. Pick it up. I'm just going to put a little bit of, you could use Tombow on the back. I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape. And we're going to stick it down inside without getting glue everywhere. Stick it down inside the layers here. The ones we didn't put. The ones we did not put dimensionals through. Just got to get it started in there. Okay. Come on. All right, so I'm going to use the pokey tool and leave it in there. And then you just push it down in until you get it where you want it. And there. That's the difference between the white and the gray. So here's the white. There's the white center and there's the gray center. And it's completely up to you which one you do. Doesn't matter to me. Either way works. Okay, so now we'll line up our leaves. And it's just a matter of taking and putting on top. Line up the side, let go, and then line it up like that and push it down. There. Now, one has a ripply side, the way you can tell the difference of the big ones. One has a ripply side and one has a smooth side. So there's the ripply side and this is the smooth. Just going to line that up like that. Push that over there. Push that over there. There's that one done. And now this one. There we are. Now, you could add Winkie to the leaves now if you want. I'll just add some to this part. And maybe right on the very edge of the gray. That looks cool. Okay, we'll do that to this one too. Quiet because I'm coloring. It's only Winkie, but you're still basically coloring. There we are. So now we're just going to make sure our flower's on there properly. Oh, that might not be the right spot. Oh well. So we're going to put that one under there, and we're going to put this one goes there, and then this one goes on top, like that. There we are. So a little bit of Tombow or some adhesive of some sort on the back. Slide it in. And this one goes underneath here like that. Come on, don't stick down yet. Hello, thank you. And a little bit of adhesive on that one. Sneaky under here. Oh, pushed that down too soon. It wasn't in far enough. Sorry. Should be doing that up here so you can see what I'm doing. There we are. Okay, now I'm just going to add some Winkie highlights just along the edges. If you want to do the whole flower, you can. I am choosing not to. I'm just kind of going around the edges. This probably would have been a lot easier if I had done it before I put the flower together. But you know, some best laid plans. And of course, now the flower is stuck down. But by putting adhesive only in the middle, it allows me to lift it back up and do this. Oops. A little bit too much down there. Oh well. So I'm just doing the edges of all these different layers. Like that. There we are. So now you get a little bit of bling. And now we're going to put the elegant faceted dots on. For this one, I chose to use the petal pink colored one. So we'll just stick one up there. And we'll stick one down here. And we'll stick... Where should we put it? Right there. No, I don't like them when they line up with each other. That's why this one, I put two down here and one up there. And that looks kind of cool. So that's where they're going. There we are. Elegant faceted gems, just finished it off. All right, so the inside is like that. And the envelope, I don't know where it is. I have to find it, but it's exactly the same. So there's the two cards. And get the dirty paper out. And we'll ink the flower stamp. Now this is the middle-sized flower. There's the big one. We're using that on a card. And then there's the one we're using, and then there's the little one. So this is the medium-sized in petal pink. And the envelope. Like that. Okay, we'll get some adhesive on this and put it inside, and then we're done. These cards are so pretty, and they don't take any time at all to do. I hope you'll give this bundle a chance. If you are wanting to do an online club order for June the 30th, this is the host code to use. We're doing June the 30th before June the 30th, so Louise gets, our hostess gets benefit of the extra hostess rewards in June. Oh, the bow. Did not put the bow on. Okay, glue dot. This is gray granite. Let me see. I'm sure it's gray granite. Gray granite shimmer ribbon. That's what this is. Okay, so I'm putting it down in that little indentation there, because I think that was just made to put a bow in. There we are. Another club card done. Yay! Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on the replay. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.